right. Let's find out what Eric's got to say for himself. Eric, come on out. Eric,
I'm gonna marry.
we have a little problem with you.
Yeah, I've heard.
I've agreed to help Brandy out. 4 times you've backed out of marrying Brandy. What's going on? Okay. Let's start with the first one.
All right. The first time, I had only known Brandy for 3 months before she had gotten pregnant. Okay. Now, no. That is not my fault. That is a mutual fault. Don't you see? Guys always get blamed for everything, and it is not all my fault. This is a two-way thing. It takes 2 people to tango here. So that is not all my fault. Yes, I was irresponsible, and so was she. Okay. But anyway, the point is that I was feeling like I was getting pressured by my family to get married simply for the fact that she was pregnant. By my family, not her, not Brandy here.
His family would not pressure me if he didn't say that he loved me and wanted to stay with me.
All right. So that's number 1.
Right.
What happened?
The second time was after he was born, and I mean, I just felt like I didn't know if it was going to work out or not. I mean, because we were living with my family, okay? We're talking about me, Brandy, our kid, my mom, my dad, and my 2 sisters in one household, which makes, for a very stressful situation, okay? So we were fighting a lot, and we just weren't really getting along. And to me, it seemed like to get married then would just be like totally stupid.
I agreed with that one.
If we couldn't get along then, I mean, getting married would be like the dumbest thing in the world.
All right, but wait a minute. Go with number 3.
Okay, and number 3 was because...
Isn't that the one where you planned had the minister and the gown?
No, that was number 4.
Oh, number 4, okay. What happened with number 3?
I think we've messed up the numbers here.
3 was in December, last December when I was pregnant again.
Right.
And I said, well, I really want to do it this time because I want to make sure that my second baby is born with mom and dad who's husband and wife.
Okay, and then what happened with 4?
It was the same stuff all over again. It was just, we were still living with my parents then. We're still living with my parents.
Are you living with your parents
No,
now?
we're not. Now we're living by ourselves,
Then
okay?
can I ask why you're not married now?
I want to get married, and I want to get married now. No, there's no backing up.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
I don't understand why you said yes each time. Each time you knew that you were being pressured, knew this, knew that. You said yes. Okay, Destiny, we're going to start with you. Now, what we're doing is a little dangerous. Tell me why. What happened to you?
I forced my husband to marry me, and everybody was forcing in the families and everything like that, and I live with my mom now. It's not even been a year.
Really?
Just a little over a year.
So putting the pressure on was the wrong thing.
Was the wrong thing. Everyone forced it.
Look, I stayed with them for like 2 months recently, and I saw a lot, and they both need to work on what they need for themselves. Okay, they need to say, what do I want from myself, and what do I need to do for myself? Because if you can't take care of yourself and what you need and want, you can't take care of another person.
I'm taking care of my family.
No, but there's things that you have to work on, You need to think, okay.
It's not just me anymore. It's me, it's Nicholas, it's Jared.
Right, exactly. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You need to have everything okay with yourself so that when, you have this...
Well, wait. Do you think they're not meant for each other? Let's put the cards on the table.
I don't know. I think they love each other.
Come on, tell the truth. What do you feel in your gut?
I think that they love each other. They could do good with each other, but they're not ready yet. They're not ready.
They're living together, they have 2 children. In your opinion, when will they be ready, in your opinion?
I think they have a lot of things they need to get straight, okay?
I know. How can she say when I'm going to be ready? You don't know how I feel. You don't even know. Everybody has their problems. It doesn't have to be
Do you
perfect.
understand my position?
Right.
I don't want... all I see is chaos. I don't want to be responsible for one more
Okay,
marriage.
right.
Although, in my heart, once you've got the 2 kids, and once you've made the commitment, you work your problems out.
Right, exactly.
That's just me. I mean, I didn't know beans when I got married, and we grew up together and learned things about each other. So
But it would be better to learn things now and then not to get married and then have it not work out and you've already been married. Try and work
Right,
things
that's
out so
gonna
the
be
marriage
something
lasts.
We know we want to
kids.
discover each other together for the rest of our lives, not just, you know, we can stay together, live together forever, but there's no commitment, there's nothing special or bonding.
here's what we're going to do. Eric,
Yeah.
look, this is just a television show. Let me be honest with you. Who are you living with?
Some other bachelors who want to be actors.
Why? Is there a reason?
Is there a reason?
Shh, let me find out about this.
He says, now she's going to college to be a school teacher. But he says she has no ambition and no goals. Yeah.
But I don't understand. If they've had a baby together and she wants to marry him, why does he live with some bachelor guys out there?
I agree. I agree.
Amanda, can you come out and say hello to Mom? Oh boy, it's like 2 things happening at once, right? Have you heard what your mother's been saying about you?
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me. What's with you?
Well, she thinks that, you know, I'm waiting for Brian. Brian is my best friend.
Except for me.
Except for my mom, you know. He's my best friend. We were in a relationship, and it was good for a while. You know, the blame doesn't lie entirely on one person. It takes 2 people to be in a situation.
But here's what I'm asking. You have a child with Brian. How old's the baby?
She'll be 4 months old.
Oh. Do you want to marry? You got to forgive me. I'm old-fashioned. I think you should have gotten married and then had the baby.
I agree.
Do you want to marry Brian?
It will happen eventually. Not now, not in the next year. Eventually. I totally agree that...
He's not going to marry you, Maggie.
I totally agree with him. It'll happen. A year or so, maybe 2. You know, we should have done it in the right steps. We should have, you know, met, worked on our careers,
right.
You know, gotten married, had the baby. However, you know, I can't say things happen. That's not an excuse. That's
Mandy, you're just
cop-out.
doing this to cover up your own pain. You want to rationalize everything. She's real good at this.
No.
She's real good at this.
No.
You need to get on with your life and make him prove to you that he deserves you.
you
Is she
know,
beautiful? Is she all together or what? She is so together.
the thing is that, you know, I'm getting on with my life. I'm not waiting around. He doesn't need to prove anything.
Do you ever go out? Do you ever go out?
Yes.
When?
When I feel like it. When I,
To the mall with her baby.
No.
Does he go out? Does he go out?
He's out.
Well,
all-
he works in a bar. He works in a bar. So, you know, he's got his friends. For a year and a half, I kept him at home. I kept him at home, and I made
He works
demands
6
that weren't
nights
fair.
a week. He works 6 nights a week, and on his only night off, Tuesday night, he has to go out with the boys playing cards and drinking.
No. That's
He got a DUI on the way home, rolled their car one night, didn't get home till 9:30, 10:30 in the morning. I'm sorry, Mandy. He doesn't deserve you.
Well, Amanda, you told our producers that deep down you believe that if you give Brian, these are your words, if you give Brian enough time, he'll grow up, he'll come around, and he'll marry you. Do you feel that way?
I do.
Okay.
That not necessarily getting married, but we will get back together. I can guarantee it.
Okay. Cheryl has never met Brian. Let's introduce them. Brian, come on out.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Brian.
There's some hostility.
Sorry, what?
I'm feeling some hostility.
A tad bit.
Is it the audience
No,
that's
no.
upset? Okay, what's upsetting you? Am I upsetting
Well,
you?
see, Brian works 6 nights a week, not by choice.
The problem is that she says you've been married 3 times already. Now, wait a minute, one wife died.
happened? His old
You know,
friend
I
died.
never go by these statistics. My dear Aunt Barry's been married 4 times and widowed 4 times. You were widowed once,
Once,
correct?
right.
Okay. And you were divorced twice.
Right.
Why are you so eager to get married again?
Well, I think it's the ultimate respect I can pay to her, Sally. I mean, we do live together in a platonic relationship, and I'm not going to, I wasn't looking for a roommate, you know, and I don't want to just continue living together
Wait, I'm a little confused. You're living
Okay.
together in a platonic. You're not having sex.
No, we're not having sex.
Okay. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Ask why.
Well,
I mean, I think you're right, but why?
Well, we're not having sex because I choose not to, and she chooses not to, as
Until-
intelligently. I
Okay.
mean, it's not just something we decide not to do for. I mean, I've never had a relationship like this.
In your choice, is it that you don't want to have sex till you're married, or you don't want to have sex with
Well,
her? Period?
my 3 previous marriages, or well, 2 of them anyway, it was always sex. Sex was the big thing. And then when the newness wore off, so did Dennis, you know. And I'm not about that this time.
You want to make it legal. You want to be a couple. You want to do things that married people do. Why does she not want to marry you?
Well, we do. We are a couple. We do live together. We do married things that people do things that married people do. But I think she feels it's great. Why, you know, why ruin it? Basically, and that's where, you know, like, and I'm tired of that though.
Okay, all right. Why don't I let her speak for herself? Let's ask her to come on out. Joy, come on out. Joy, you were married for almost 20 years.
Yes.
It was the unhealthy relationship?
No, the marriage I thought was healthy. I was the super mom that took care of the children, went to all the PTAs, was the good wife. But I did everything for everyone.
And not
then
for yourself.
Never
How long
knew.
have you been are you divorced?
Yes.
How long have you been divorced?
10 years. 10 years.
But isn't that enough time to have worked on yourself?
Well, it is if I would have spent that time, but I spent another 7 years in another real unhealthy relationship.
Ah, so you feel you've been burnt twice.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Who
Are you
was
in
gonna-
love with this lady?
Yes, I am.
Do
Very
you want to
much.
marry her?
Yes, I do.
Are you in love with this man?
Yes. Yes.
Now we got a problem. I thought she was going to say no, in which case, what do you think about what you've been seeing here today?
Well, I think we need to separate the idea of what love is, what a relationship is, and what a marriage is. Love is not just the feeling, it is the consistency of kind, honest, and respectful actions and behaviors between the two. And that can happen when we have, and I really appreciate the word that you used a couple of times, old-fashioned, when we use an old-fashioned process of courting. And I think in some cases, like we see here, that aspect of the relationship then growing into a marriage has actually been missing.
Yeah.
It has been missing because a child came too soon. It has been missing because there are personal problems which don't allow two individuals to relate. And in this courting aspect, what happens is the young people can then stay an individual, hold their own identity, and then make plans for your life. And it doesn't mean that that's going to be the promise either, but you got a better shot if you have been able to be your own person first and court,
Absolutely.
and then go into the relationship.